Hello and welcome back to another episode of Digital Road Trip. My name is Wizzy, or you can also call me Wizzy, and today, of course, we are continuing our journey towards Charleston, South Carolina. Now, I know it's been a few weeks since I have last done this. I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since we've last had a Digital Road Trip video, and I do sincerely apologize for that. For some reason, Thursdays, this video has been tough for me to record. I don't know why, but I'm all done with school now for the semester. Of course, I mentioned that in other videos, or the other series. But I am all done with school for the semester, so I currently really have nothing else going on at the moment to prevent me from recording this. I think part of it, too, is I've been doing other things in my free time. Just because I've been so busy with everything else, so I've only had so much time to have my own free time, I guess. But I figured this series, I mean, I hate to say it, but isn't as important as the other series, I guess. So we want to continue following the State Route 41 here. I did kind of take a look at the map real quick before we get started, just to get my bearings again, since it's been so long. But yeah, anyways, so we do want to go through here, and of course we started here in Andrews, South Carolina, so maybe this episode we'll get to Charleston, I don't know, but yeah, anyways, so a few things I do want to mention, of course, before we get too far into this. I think I've mentioned it in the previous videos for this, is I do have a Discord. And I will have a link for my Discord in the description below if you want to check that out. But basically on my Discord, I have a place, hello buddy. I have a place where you can submit challenges for the Wednesday GeoGuessr challenge. You could also do that just by commenting on the videos. But like I said, there's a place on GeoGuessr for you to do that. And I also have places, one where I will update like any, like if a video is going to be delayed or canceled, like this one had been the last couple weeks. As well as when I'm going to be going on Twitch, or live on Twitch, because now that classes are done for the semester, I will have plenty of time to do Twitch streams. And in fact, I'm not going to be doing just Twitch streams on Tuesdays. Of course, that's at 3 p.m. for GeoGuessr. Or both GeoGuessrs, the GeoGuessr Custom Challenge and Speedrun Challenge. But anyways, I'm probably going to be doing some more Minecraft streams on Twitch. I know the other day, this past weekend, I did one live stream just for about 2 hours working on my Minecraft server. Creative server that I have showcased in November, I think it was. I was just working on that, basically just like a chill live stream. And so there'll probably be other live streams like that I'll be doing as well. But like I said, I'll put on Twitch when I'm going live for that. Of course, I'll still be posting that to the discussion tab on my YouTube channel page. Now also, there is a place on Twitch where when the videos go live onto YouTube, or go up onto YouTube here, it will post those videos onto Twitch. I think the latest I've seen it post onto there is like 15 minutes, but usually it's sooner than that. It's like maybe 3-4 minutes after the video is posted that will automatically post to Discord. And of course I have another section on there for basically like the schedule, I'd almost call it, with the current series that I'm doing. So like the GeoGuessr for yesterday, Custom Challenge GeoGuessr. Of course, this Digital Road Trip, Friday Night Gaming currently with Gadget Racers, and of course we run Saturday, and then I'll add the Twitch live streams for Tuesdays onto there as well. And each one has a link. The series there have a link for the playlist for that series, and then the Twitch one will probably just be a link to my Twitch channel. But yeah, anyways, like I said, if you want to check that all out, my Discord can be found in the description below. Now as well, I will also include the Digital Road Trip series playlist in the description below if you want to check that out as well. And I think there's one or two at the links down there, but I can't remember. But yeah. Anyways, I guess I wanted to get that all out of the way before, like I said, we got too far, although, I mean, we're only 5 minutes in, so... see how far we get on this one. I think we'll want to get going a little bit quicker than what we were. I think I was just focusing so much on talking about my intro, doing the whole intro and everything. I got sidetracked on this. So it looked like... Okay, so 41 continues along. So it kind of ends the business route, I guess, the 41 that we were on. Which I didn't even realize we were on. Although maybe I did know that. I think I went down that last time. Because it was a business route. But I honestly can't remember. Like I said, that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Since the last episode. Of course, I knew the destination because, well, I have a spreadsheet basically that shows for each episode where we're starting and what the destination is, and the starting location for that episode. So basically, when I finish the episode, I will copy the URL, and wherever I finished, like Andrews, South Carolina, which we're still apparently in, I'll put that into the start location, and then paste the URL into the spreadsheet as well. So next time I can just click on the link, and it will bring us to exactly where we left off. So we've got a crappy camera now. Let's see if we can get through. I mean, this camera shouldn't be like this, I would think, for a wicked long time, but... So anyways, one project I'm thinking I might do for Minecraft, which I will more than likely stream, is I've had some ideas for maps, Minecraft maps, and I just got thinking this morning of, I know there's like those collect the, or what is it, the monument maps or whatever, where you have the different things that you have to do, like the puzzle, trivia, that sort of thing. And I got thinking for making like a main version of that map, like for the trivia, instead of doing like Minecraft trivia, which I'm sure most people would probably expect. I would probably do like main trivia. So like I said, I'll probably do that on a live stream. Work some more on my server on there. And also another thing too with my server, if you join on Discord, I do have a section on there for Minecraft where I have my Minecraft servers listed. Now, these, and I do say mine as in they are actually my servers. I actually run the servers on my computer, so they're not hosted by anyone else. I'm not paying for any server hosting or getting any server hosting free. Like I said, I'm running these Minecraft servers right on my computer. So of course I don't run my computer all the time, so... And usually I'll only run the servers if I go on it or if somebody else may want to go on it. But usually it's just me that go on it. Sometimes I'll have like a friend or two join, but yeah, like I said, on Discord there I do have a place for that, and you can always let me know if you want to join me on there or not. I'd be more than glad to have more people join it. But And of course, these servers are for, this is Java edition of Minecraft, so it's not Bedrock edition. Sadly, I don't really know how to get Minecraft. I'm sure I could probably figure it out how to run Bedrock servers from my computer, but I mean, this server I started up in 2012 when I was first introduced to Minecraft. So this server is 8 years old and I've been updating it ever since, so of course there's a whole bunch of chunk errors every once you get further out because of all the different versions of Minecraft that I've updated throughout the years. Because currently I have it set for Minecraft version 1.15. That road looked like it was flooded back there on the right. So we're currently in Jamestown, South Carolina. Of course, we're still in South Carolina, I should say, so we're in Jamestown. Now, once again, I think I did mention that once we get to Charleston, and the destination in Charleston is the 44 miles to Charleston. So the destination in Charleston is called the Battery. It's right along the coast there in town, southern part of the town. It's like a Civil War monument there. So that is our current destination. And then, of course, like I mentioned before, once we reach our destination, we are going to set a new destination, which will be Florida. I keep forgetting the name of it. It's right on the northern part of Florida, on the east coast. I notice every time I go onto Google Maps on my phone, it always opens with a satellite view now. Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know why I knew it started with a J, but I don't know why I always blank on Jacksonville. Let me turn the camera for you guys. I know it's kind of going crooked down the road. We were drifting down the road sideways the entire way. I swear there have been times... Ooh, car went off the road back there a little bit. I swear there have been times where I've gotten behind trucks, like old pickup trucks or whatever, that literally look like they're going straight, but like the front wheel, you could see both the front and rear wheels at the same time. Like the front wheel is a bit to the left of the rear wheel. I mean, it's going straight, but it looks like it's like sideways like that, which I don't know. I mean, find kind of strange, but there's a couple trucks where I've seen that, and it's so weird. I swear it's going sideways. So 13 minutes right now. I know these videos I typically go to about 40-45 minutes. I always try to shoot for 30, but it never works out. I mean, it's a good thing I say between 30 and 45. Whereas if I said, like, I want to go 45, I would probably end up going more like an hour. So, I mean, not like it really matters, but I just don't want these videos to get too long where you guys are starting to... I mean, not like many people really watch these videos anyways. This is my least watched series on YouTube right now. Of course, the biggest one is definitely GeoGuessr. I think more so the GeoGuessr challenges on Wednesdays rather than the speedrun, which is kind of interesting. But, and of course, Friday Night Gaming doesn't really have much of a following either. More so than this series, definitely, but yeah, Friday Night Gaming I kind of enjoy, but I think my favorite series right now, if I was to pick one, I mean, number one, I would say, would probably be Speedrun Saturday. I mean, I really do enjoy playing GeoGuessr, but I think it would be in order. Number 1, Speedrun Saturday. Number 2, Friday Night Gaming. Number 3, the GeoGuessr Challenges. And number 4, this one. I mean, I enjoy all of these. I mean, but the Speedrun Saturday, I do, like I said, really enjoy. Of course, both GeoGuessrs I live stream, like I said, on Tuesdays. Oh, that sucks, buddy. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere here, too. I was probably heading towards Charleston there, and truck broke down. See, that's one thing that's nice about driving bus, is when you're driving the bus and the bus breaks down, you don't have to worry about it. They just call a tow truck driver, they'll tow it off or whatever, and you're already in a new bus before then, and you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to worry about fixing it yourself. That's one thing about those semis, though, is you just... I mean, I'm sure you could probably call for like a tow or something like that. They could probably help or something, but... Yeah, unfortunately, too, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in any of my series or not. I've got 28 miles to Charleston. But unfortunately, because of everything that's going on right now with the COVID-19, my job, the Island Explorer, I think, which I've mentioned several times by now, they have indefinitely postponed the season. So that means that, unfortunately, there are no buses running this summer. As of right now. I mean, to me, indefinitely means if that maybe at a later date they will start it up. But as of right now, they're not running, or not going to be running. I mean, we don't normally start until June 23rd, so towards the end of June. But that is next month, and normally we'd start doing our training right about now. But because we have to get trained every year again. But unfortunately, like I said, it sounds like we're not going to be running this year, which is a bummer. But you know what? It is what it is, I suppose. So I am going to actually be, as of right now, just taking the summer off, basically. So that means I will have plenty of time to do these videos, which is great for you guys. I mean, more content. I mean, I'd be doing these videos regardless, but I have more time to do that, and then I'd also have my own free time afterwards. But, and one thing too, I don't know if I've mentioned or not either, is the fall semester I am also taking off. So basically, I am not going to be doing like any classwork until spring 2021. Now, the reason for that, I know it's kind of silly, but the reason for taking that off is because me and my parents are planning on going to Florida in October, which would be during the school year. Now, one thing about the school I'm going to is, looks like it's all abandoned up in there, an old abandoned mansion or something like that down that way. Interesting. But anyways, we're planning on going to Florida during this fall semester, and how my school works anyways, and I'm sure most schools are the same way, is once you miss a certain number of days proportionate to how many classes you have, so typically the classes I have are 2 times a week. So, and there's typically, including breaks and everything, there's typically 14 weeks. So, which would be 28 classes. Now, essentially, how it works with those 2 days is if you miss 4 or more classes, the class essentially does not count, or something like that. I don't exactly know what it's. They give you an X, so you basically, like I said, it doesn't count. I mean, it's not really a drop, but I guess I don't really know how to explain it so much that way, but... And of course, we're going to be going to Florida for 2 weeks, so if it's 2 classes a week, then that means I'm going to be missing 4 classes, and those classes that I'd be taking would not count. So, I mean, I probably could take them online, or take like online classes, but for me personally, online classes do not work. I cannot do online classes. So that's why I chose it would just be easier to take the fall semester off. And honestly, usually in October, I think I've mentioned it a few times, is I typically go on a bowling tournament in October. That's usually Columbus Day weekend, which is like the second weekend in October. Usually that usually doesn't interfere much with classes, but I usually go on a bowling tournament in October with my mom, and this year it would be in Indiana, I believe it is where the bowling tournament is this year. The bowling tournament is part of the Northeast Regional Air National Guard Tournament. So basically, the Northeast region of the U.S. from Ohio down to, I think North Carolina, or maybe Virginia, whatever, up all the way to Maine here. That whole Northeast region of the U.S. We get, like I said, an Air National Guard tournament. My mother is retired from the Air Guard here in Bangor, so we've been doing that tournament for the last, I don't know, maybe 8 years or so. 7 years, but so we've been doing that. The first one I ever went to was in Columbus, Ohio. Then I think like 3 years after that I didn't do it, and then we got back into it. We've been doing it every year since, and of course this past year it was in New Jersey. It was Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which I think I've mentioned a few times already on these videos. But yeah. In fact, one thing that I do find kind of funny as well is because I was doing this series before we got to the bowling tournament in New Jersey in October. And I had already gone through Connecticut on this series before then. I think I got to New York. Then it was around that time where we were getting into New York. And I remember distinctly, I stopped one of the videos in East Hartford, Connecticut. Right next to the highway there, looking at the buildings there. And I remember, because I drove down to New Jersey by myself, and my mother flew down, and I picked her up from the airport. I remember when I was driving through Hartford on the interstate, I went by that spot where I took that photo, or stopped that episode in Hartford, and I immediately recognized where I was. I'm like, that's where I was on Digital Road Trip. I remember that. So, which I thought was actually pretty cool that something from this series I eventually recognized, which is interesting. But I'm like, yeah, I was on there. I know where I'm at. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, going back to classes, I kind of got sidetracked and everything. So once again, in the fall semester, or the fall, I will have plenty of time for this as well. I mean, one thing I may do, or I could always do this summer too, is I suppose I could try and drive city bus here in Bangor. But I feel like just with everything going on, they're probably limited on, or limiting how many drivers drive, whatever. So I would think that they probably wouldn't be looking to hire anybody new. But of course, I would be probably doing that just for this summer and the fall. And I'd hate to go there just for the few months where next summer I'll probably be going back to the Allen Explorer in Bar Harbor. Which way do we need to go? I think 41 was cutting across here. Truck route 41 south. Yeah, I think we still want to go straight. But I mean, I was bummed when I found out that the Allen Explorer was not running this year, because I really enjoy driving that, and I know I've mentioned it so many times. And I think that's one thing I can do, may eventually post, because on Discord, because we're starting to get more people on my Discord, I've posted a few pictures, I think, from some snow we had, actually just the other day, which is crazy. Yeah, today's the 13th, May 13th, was it May 9th? So 5 days ago, we had snow. Of course, it wasn't much. I mean, the next day it was gone. But we ended up getting probably, well, less than an inch. But still enough to actually coat the ground again. Which is a little bit discouraging. It's like, come on, weather, make up your mind. Do you want snow or do you want spring? I think the bus is just... Yeah, I think that's that. It's just with a camera there. Yeah, I guess the school bus company that I originally drove for before I got into driving bus in Bar Harbor. What car is that, actually? That is a Ferrari. Nice. In fact, the other day I saw, what was it, early last week I think it was? Just down the road from here I saw a yellow Lamborghini. Which is very interesting because normally those cars are extremely uncommon to see up this way. I mean, I would hate to drive those sorts of cars in some of these roads. I mean, they are just terrible. But, yeah, I mean, that was maybe just, what, like 2-3 miles down the road from where I'm at. I saw the Lamborghini. I mean, it was nice. It was a convertible one as well. I have top down, but like I said, very uncommon. That was actually before it snowed, so funnily enough. And in fact, another thing too, when I posted about those pictures when it snowed, exactly 1 month before then, so that would have been April 9th, it snowed. And in fact, then we had gotten like 6-7 inches of snow. And it was green before then too, so. But the news had mentioned that the latest snow that we've ever seen here is May 11th, so we should be all set now as far as snow goes. We shouldn't have to worry about it until next winter, next season. Come on, let's keep going. So we're at just about 30 minutes in the video. I think, I don't know how far we are to, I think we're getting fairly close to Charleston, so I feel like just continuing along until, let me just take a look at my phone real quick, see where we are. So Blues Local Grill. We're on 41. I'm currently in Mount Pleasant. Where's Mount Pleasant? Jamestown, I remember that. Okay, Mount Pleasant. Oh, Blues Local Grill right there, yeah. Yeah, we're almost into Charleston, so we're gonna keep going. In fact, one thing I do know, I know it's kind of cheating, but there is another route that we're gonna want to take. I think 41 actually ends at that route, and it is US Route 17. So once we get to there, I want to basically turn right. So there was a Sonic up here from what I saw too, which is cool, I guess, but yeah, we were almost up to or we are almost up to 17 anyways, so that's weird. Got like a little stream kind of sort of thing with all the boats right along it. That's kind of docked for each house, which is kind of strange. I've never seen that before, but whatever, I suppose. Okay, let's keep going, please. That would be fantastic, thank you. Mount Pleasant. I'm surprised it doesn't say Charleston on there. Maybe it does on this one. Nope, Mount Pleasant. And that's a dead end anyways, so we would need to go this way anyways. I think, like I said, I think 41 ends there. I just want to take a look. Normally they'll have a sign that says like end 41. It may be back here. Let me see. Wouldn't be this far back. I mean, unless it goes across, but I don't think so, and it doesn't show it on that sign, N47, so, or 41 rather, unless it had already ended prior to going up to here. But anyways, we're on to US 17 now in Mount Pleasant, heading into Charleston. We should be there in probably about, well, not at the destination, but we should be in Charleston in probably about 5 minutes at most. Because this road does, from what I saw, or this route rather, does go right into Charleston. Of course, this route doesn't go to where we want to go, but once we get into Charleston itself, we're just going to work our way through town to get to where we want to go. So yeah, that means that next episode we are going to, well, I will be setting a new destination for Jacksonville, Florida. So that is exciting, I suppose. I mean, looks like there was a red Porsche on the other side. So I think that Ferrari that we saw, I want to say it was the Ferrari California? I mean, I don't really know I know there's a difference between different Ferraris, but it's tough to kind of tell, I guess, the differences between the different Ferraris, I guess, for me. What was this? That was a different sign. Recommended route all through trucks. Use 526. One thing I always get about these evacuation routes is, where do you evacuate to? That's one thing I've always wondered. It's like, because I know we have evacuation routes along the coast up here. Is it just to somewhere inland, or is there a specific place they lead you to? I mean, I've never had to deal with that. I don't think really many people up this way have ever had to really evacuate or use the evacuation routes. I mean, I know down this way they get more of the hurricanes like what we do than what we do. But like I said, when you evacuate, where do you evacuate to? I mean, if any of you know, let me know, because I'm definitely interested on that. Mount Pleasant, Charleston. So the evacuation route goes on to 526. I know I've seen like videos and pictures of like evacuations where like these highways are completely jammed. Everybody leaving, and I know they'll usually, I think, close the other side as well and have the other side go in the same direction, so every lane is going in the same direction. But once again, I don't know where you evacuate to when you need to evacuate. Anyways, so I don't know if we're technically in... I mean, it's showing we're still in Mount Pleasant. So I'm assuming we'll kind of know when we get into Charleston, I suppose? Senior Center. I mean, this sign is still showing Charleston on it. I think there's a large river that we cross to go into Charleston, actually, now that I think about it. It's a cool bridge. I like bridges that have designs like this. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I think I see a big bridge up here anyways, or maybe that wasn't. Is that a bridge or is that something else? I feel like that's a bridge. Either way, we're heading towards it. Because I know when I was looking at Charleston before, I was looking around and there was a large river that you have to cross before you actually get into it, so which I kind of forgot about. So and then once we cross that bridge, or that river rather, we will then work our way towards the park that we want to go to, which, like I said, is in the southeastern tip of Charleston. And once in a while I'll keep seeing that thing. So what does this say? I'm just curious to see what this sign says. Move vehicles to the shoulder, it's the law. I think it was like saying if you're in an accident with no injuries or whatever, move the vehicle over to the law, or to the shoulder. Which I think generally every state they want you to do. Yeah, see, we're coming up to the bridge now. Typically, if there is no major injuries for any accident in any state, I believe, they typically want you to move your vehicles out of the way, because they don't really need to, I guess, reconstruct the scene or anything like that. So you need to know exactly how everything was set up. So we're on the wrong side of the road, but the park is like right here. So yeah, I get looking at this from this bridge when I was looking on here before. There's another bridge over there. This is like some sort of island or something. And they're actually, I think over that way, there was like an old military base or something like that that I've noticed. But I definitely did look on this bridge before, when I was looking at this location, or looking in Charleston here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get off at Meeting Street Visitor Center, because we don't really need to head towards Savannah, Georgia. Although I think what we're going to probably want to do is at the start of the next episode, we'll probably want to come back up to 17, heading towards Savannah. Okay, so East Bay, Downtown Port Terminals, South Carolina Aquarium. So we're gonna follow this road along. Not this road. Although we may be able to get to there from there, but I'd rather stay on these roads for now. Because this, I believe, follows along the coast here in town. So I'm assuming there used to be another bridge that cut across over there. And that was a support for it. Grace Bridge Street. So yeah, I'm assuming... I just want to see something. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but I'm assuming probably from this parking lot and everything, that used to be the ramp going up towards that bridge there. And then they built the new bridge. So that would be my assumption. And then they just left there that as a monument or something like that for some odd reason. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. We're at 42 minutes. We're gonna chug along down this road here, East Bay Street. On the wrong side of the road. So I think that's the port over there on to our left. With all the train tracks, trains over there. Moloff's fixture for kitchen and bath. Or fixtures for kitchen and bath. Interesting. Let's keep on chugging. Working on something over there. Yeah, see, I think this road, I remember from when I was looking for locations to end at. Was it this road? I think this road I went through. So I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. And in fact, with that, I am going to change songs. This song's a little bit shorter than the other one, but we are, like I said, I'm pretty sure almost to where I want to end. Maybe I should have gone in like a 2-minute song or something, like a little bit longer, but the ending song is, you know, 2 minutes 10, so I mean, I don't think we're really that close, but I suppose I could have left the other song on. Can we get moving, please? Thank you. Just had to use... Then one thing I noticed too back there is there's an IHOP like in just like a regular building like this. So that must be like a museum, like an old Civil War museum. No, that's not that one. That was a different one. Old Port Exchange Provost Dungeon. So yeah, actually I think it was right up here that I remember. Yeah, we're almost there, so I'm gonna switch it back to the other song in the queue. Because we are just about there. It's right up on the corner here. And we have made it. So here is the battery for Charleston here. So yeah, we've made it to Charleston, South Carolina at the battery. So I don't know which way I want to have, if I want to kind of view out towards the water here, or if I want to finish looking towards that statue. I mean, I could do like this, like, I mean, because we have cannons in the shot right there, so maybe I can like do that. I don't have the street name, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do right there. So yeah, perfect. So anyways, that will be our thumbnail as well, and this will be where we will start for the next video. So I think, like I said, probably what I want to do is go back up the road that we just came on, which was basically just a straight shot, but yeah, we'll want to go back up that way to Route 17 when we're heading towards our next destination, which, like I said, I will have set for Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know a spot in Jacksonville yet, but I'll figure one out from the next episode, the beginning of next episode. But anyways, that is just about going to do it for this episode, though, so hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Oh, and check my Discord, link in the description below. But yeah, anyways, like I said, hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!